I'm I'm gonna put this. I'm definitely gonna put this on Facebook real quick.
Right.
Dubstep is for pussies.
Was that something she tweeted?
No, that's something he. I was
No, I
talking
mean
about
the one,
Deadpool 2.
no, I'm talking about the Nicole Arbour thing.
Oh no, yeah, it's on. It was on our Instagram. It's from 4 days ago. Well, when does this video come? As I'm looking at it, I had the screen cap from the video. What's today? 22nd. So yeah, 5 days ago. Nick streaming once again. Nick streaming? The answer is yes.
Said she posted 4 days ago.
Yeah, 5 days ago. She
Oh,
disabled
I
the
see it. I
comments,
see it.
so don't try.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Hold on, I gotta go grab my channel link because I don't even fucking remember it anymore. I'm gonna keep it a whole grip with you. I don't even remember my own channel links anymore. It's funny because it's on my Instagram. That's the funniest part. Like, at least I believe it's on my Instagram. I believe it's on my Instagram. Yeah, we really, I really need to get the equipment and start this podcast up. I might not even make a wrestling podcast. I might just do my own shit. Like, where I actually kind of like talk about stuff like this.
But it can be random. It can be like a game. You can do like anything you want to. Sometimes it's wrestling. Sometimes it's gaming. Sometimes
Or,
it's
like, if there's something like big in the wrestling world, like if it's like WrestleMania time, I think I might do it. But like, if it's like or like if it's like one of the big pay-per-views that are coming up, like maybe like Money in the Bank,
everybody defeated Jeff Hardy.
like Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, or WrestleMania. If it's one of those that are coming up, I might do like a podcast episode about it, like a whole dedicated episode of wrestling, and make that like its own show. But like if I'm doing like if it's like a regular topic like this, then I'll probably just do like a Wednesday podcast where we just talk about random shit.
Sony executive says PlayStation 4 is in the final phase of its life cycle.
Oh, so we are getting a PS5 next year.
I'm down.
That's what it sounds. That's exactly what that sounds like to me. It sounds like we're getting a
Yeah,
fucking PS5
yeah,
soon.
that's exactly what it means. That's exactly what it means. Like they're already developing. Um,
So there's not.
they're
So
already
is it gonna be
developing.
a PS5 Pro or what?
No, I'm not. I don't know.
I feel like if you make a system, you shouldn't have to catch up. You know, like you should like the Xbox One X. Like they announced that they were making it. It was like they shouldn't. Sony shouldn't have had to go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna release the PS4 Pro. Or like they shouldn't have had to done that.
Them playing catch up.
Yeah, they were
They
basically
should.
like catch up with
Yeah,
Xbox.
they were competing too much.
Yeah, I think that's the problem
NFL
with.
considering a 15-yard penalty for kneeling. Sports Illustrated Albert reported Tuesday that NFL owners discussed the idea of a 15-yard penalty if players kneeled during the national anthem and proposed that home teams could dictate whether away teams will be the sidelines when while the anthem plays.
That's hilarious. Like, how do you dictate that? Like, oh yeah, the game's about to start. It's like, okay, I'm kneeling during the national anthem. All right, kick the ball. As soon as you get the ball, you say you run from the end zone to the 25. Nigga, you're at the 10. Like,
So would the penalties offset if players on each team kneel? Because this sort of thing could create sort of solidified resistance. Because this sort of thing could create some sort of solidified resistance. Where what do you do at like if they both kneel, then they start the same. They start
yeah,
with the same
nigga,
deficit,
if
so
you if you
they're starting
kneel,
evenly.
like, listen, if you fucking kneel, listen, you start at the motherfucking 5. Like, you start at the 5 yard line. You're putting you in a hole, motherfucker. Let me not cuss too much. I'm on YouTube and
Someone
shit.
said I don't even watch football that much to be honest. NBA and WWE got me.
Let me not cuss too much because I'm on
The
YouTube.
idea that NFL would assess penalties for players peacefully protesting before game even begins is so absurd. I don't even know where to start. Oh, when you look at this tweet, there's a time and place for them to protest. It's not during an NFL game. See, what's the thing about protests? If they only occur when you see fit, then they're not much of a protest. And also, they're not occurring, during the game.
They're not like, I'm not gonna play the game until black inequalities are solved. Like, nah, nigga, like,
Where
nigga, I'm trying to make this check.
remember,
Like, fuck it. I want you to understand, but damn, I'm not about to fuck up my money all the way. Like, I
where
already took a
he
goddamn
said
pay cut. You hold my nuts.
He's like remembering when Mike Huckabee ran to Kentucky to stand by a woman who practiced her constitutionally protected right of religious freedom to deny marriage licenses on the job, but a black man kneeling on the job isn't appropriate. And these men, unlike her, actually go out and do their jobs about after protesting.
Weird.
Like,
Alright, we should. Nobody's in the stream, but it's gonna be on my fucking YouTube page, so niggas wanna go back and watch it. I really don't care. So I'm about to start talking. I'm about to, I think there's some other things that we should talk about during this whole thing too.
facts.
You just do John Cena.
I have no clue. I probably did. You know what I'm doing right now.
Yes,
So don't blame me.
the video has my ending the video game debate video stream that I posted like what was that, a month ago? Yeah, almost a month, like a month and a day ago, has 10 views with 2 likes on it. I guess people like that one. I guess people like what I have to say sometimes.
The political one?
No, it was the one about I was talking about how how people say that video games are the problem, and I was like, that's bullshit. Got 2 likes on it. That's what matters to me. People are actually starting to pay a fuck attention. No, I'm stop. Alright, we're gonna play the game while we talk about this shit too, because I'm not gonna have them watching a blank screen. But yeah, this
Can you
whole
hear that in the background?
what? You like playing music or
Can you
something?
hear that? Can you hear it?
It's like
Can you hear anything in the background?
it's pretty faint, but not that much
Okay.
that YouTube will be like, oh, copyright.
Alright, bet. Just to make sure.
But yeah, this whole Nicole Arbour thing. You know what? We're just gonna start up where we were when we had the conversation, and then just like work backwards. Like, alright. So the thing is, I firmly believe that the best thing that can happen in North America and in America and North America right now is for everyone to create their own version of this video and show what life is like from their side. Through this honesty, I believe we can discover a new level of empathy and understanding for each other that will ultimately and finally lead us to healing and unity that is desperately needed in society. What can we agree on? What do we have in common? Where are we hurting? Start there and then rebuild. Well, to give her point, I guess, some clout. Like, I understand where she's coming from in the whole grand scheme of things. Like, I understand that you're trying to bring awareness to women's issues, and you want us all to, like,
Bring
you want
awareness
to,
to everybody else's
wait,
issues too, so y'all like
we're
come to
not
have a
all,
clear understanding of the
yeah,
world.
absolutely. Like, you want us to understand that, yeah, women have issues just as much as anybody else, and you want us all to understand that we have problems that we need to, talk about. But the idea that women have suffered more than black men is a little
Not black men, black people.
black people. Black people is who left? Oh, one of their people left. Fuck.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, one of their people
Niggas,
left.
now he probably got pulled up on.
Yeah, probably got ran up in there and got slapped up. Like, start there. Like, what can we agree on? What, like, to answer? All right, so I'm just gonna answer the question. Like, what can we
Right.
agree on? We can agree that there are issues in this world. That there are issues in America that need to be fixed, but
The
not just,
points.
yeah. We understand the points that are being brought up, but until women are getting, or to be frank, until women are being killed by police at an astronomical rate at the moment, I mean, that's one thing we can't agree on. That's just the one point that I have. Like, we can't agree on that kind of point. Like, oh yeah, women are being terrorized by the police. Like, but you're not. You're not though.
Well, not even by the police. Being terrorized.
Terrorized
We
in
as
general.
black people are being terrorized by like our government.
Word. Women will be like, oh yeah, they're like, oh yeah, men in government are like, oh yeah, men in government are terrorizing women. Well, my answer to that would be, I'm not saying vote more women in, because I don't believe that isn't a reasonable response every time to just vote women in, because sometimes they,
Not all women have the right answers.
word, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, I'm not saying it's not necessary to vote women, like, to just vote women in, but like, because let's be honest. I mean, actually no, I didn't care for Hillary. I didn't. And I'm not
There's
saying I
nothing wrong.
like Trump. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't care for her. I would have
Like
rathered
Hillary,
it.
like a lot of, oh yeah, like a lot of there's a big portion of the black community who refuse to who refuse to support Hillary Clinton on like because of the past things she said about like especially African Americans, like what you call it, super predators and stuff,
Yeah, she
like
called black Americans super predators, and I think that
like why.
really what turned her off to black Americans is what, yeah, definitely what turned her off. And then at the same time, she was trying way too cool to be hip.
Word, like and then did the whole like hot sauce in my bag thing she did.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag. Like, no, you don't. You had no swag. That was garbage. Don't ever do that shit again. You understand me?
Heads up, they're back for more.
Word.
Like, I will fight you.
Enemy turret here.
That's the kind of hot sauce I got. I got the heat, my nigga. I got the real heat, motherfucker. Like, pull this heater and dump on you and stop now. So the FBI come after me. I'm not trying to get killed.
These are all jokes. These are all jokes. No seriousness. We would never, ever in our lives do such a thing.
But what else is there? What else was on this list? What do we have in common? Well, I'm not gonna say we're all oppressed. Like, I know that's a hot take for some people, in some people's opinions. I'm not gonna say we're like, oh yeah, everyone here is oppressed. Like, I won't say that. I do believe that there are people who are oppressed in America. Yes, I can agree on that. But oh shit, they got turrets in there by the way. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna say that we're all always oppressed. I'm not going to. I'm not going to admit to that because I don't believe that to be true. Like I don't believe women. I mean I do, but I don't always. I'm not always gonna believe women when they're like, oh, I'm oppressed. Like oppressed by what, nigga? Like you allowed yourself to be in this situation. I mean, no disrespect, but it's kind of shitty how, we're putting women and black Americans are put into the same box.
Weird. As if we've gone through the same thing.
Yeah, like I don't think that's fair. Not even fair. I don't think that's right. I don't believe that to be right. They're like, oh yeah, it's like us women, like that's like people commenting on Twitter or on YouTube pages when a man, or not a man, like when a trans person or trans woman or whatever says, oh yeah, we've been through the same things that that black people have. No you have not. Why are you lying? Why are you saying such things that are not true? Like I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate being told that we're the black Americans and women are the same. Like no, we're not. And I mean, I'm not saying like that's a bad thing. Like it's good. Like you want that sense of individuality at the same time understanding that everyone can be
30 seconds remaining.
What they want without being put into a box. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. Yeah.
And I think that saying that women and black Americans are having the same experience is really putting everyone that has had said experience or different experience. I don't see that. Don't let me get fucking smacked up. I don't get clapped up like that. I don't even appreciate that, dog. No, like I said, like I was saying,
in there.
I don't think that saying that just because we've had an idea, like you have an idea of what we went through, that we are the same. No, that's not how that fucking works. That's not how that works. You don't get to have an idea of oppression. I mean, I'm not, and I honestly, it may sound like I'm out of pocket here, but I'm not saying we're super oppressed. There is hints of oppression, but we're not like super oppressed like how we were.
No, but we have it's not so much oppression, it's just we have more roadblocks in general life.
Yeah, I can admit that.
Than than white Americans. Like,
yeah, I can admit that.
That's I think that's a better way to say it instead of just saying we are oppressed in this country, because that's coming saying oppressed. Saying oppressed kind of means that like the government is like blatantly doing it, like they're completely admitting
we're holding you down because you're a nigger.
And they're technically not doing it, so it's not really oppression. It's just of like. And then other people are gonna say like, well, you basically just described depression. It's like, no, it's just we are more likely to encounter roadblocks to success in our lives than a white person's lives. And adverse or whatever the word is, a white person's road to success is a lot easier because of the color of their skin.
Word, absolutely. And I think that expressing that would be the thing that would bring up the more intricate parts of our society. You know what I'm saying? That we would be able to address without feeling because my thing is, I don't think you can make things better by telling white people that they're all shitty. In my opinion, I don't think you can just go around saying, oh yeah, you're white, you're kind of shitty. I don't think that you can be like, oh, you're white, so you're a shitty person. Like, that's not fair.
Well, which is a completely untrue statement. Like,
yeah,
there's dozens of evidence to show that that's not the case. Like,
Word, like, but that's my point. I don't think you can just come out of pocket, excuse me, and be like, oh yeah, well you're white, so you're kind of shitty, right? Like, you don't do the same things. Like, you don't show any way of help, you know, that you're supposed to. Like, I mean, what do you want that person? Like, and it's not even like the people who, like the white people who actually can do something. It's always a white person that has nothing to do with why black people are the way they are.
weird.
That's what gets me. It's never black. It's never white people. Like the white people in government. Like, yeah, y'all niggas are the fault why we are, in such bad way. But we're always like, it's not even we're always doing it. It's certain members of the African American communities that are. They're just basically giving no clout to anybody. Like, they're just like, oh, well, you're white, you're fucking it up. You're ruining everything. You're fucking whitey. Like, can you not? Like, can you not?
In the crib, but another issue with that is like, no matter, even though somebody will say that, and then
I'm not dead yet.
someone will take that one statement and say, look at this. This is what they support. Like, this is the whole concept of what they. This is their whole message. This is what they do. Like, for instance, Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of Black Lives Matter protests like that were not violent. They were peaceful, civil protests. But they would take the, like, I'm saying, when I say the few, I mean the few in terms of, like, you look at the grand, like, the total number of Black Lives Matter protests we've had, and then the ones that have turned into riots or whatever,
Word.
or the ones that they've linked to Black Lives Matter, the ones that have turned into riots, the number is way larger on the side that have just been peaceful protests. But people take the smaller number and they just plaster that over the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is completely unfair. And then no matter what anyone says, like, we had the one of, like, the kind of leaders in a sense of Black Lives Matter with, like, official leaders, like, even they said, like, that's not what our thing's about. This is our platform. This is what we were fighting for. And even then, no one wanted to take that as an answer. Like,
talking about Sean King.
I don't know.
If you're talking about him, I don't think Sean King is a good example of who to follow for black health, in my opinion.
Weird.
Because you remember that video?
Whoever I'm saying said it. It was I only quote them because I remember, because I had actually agreed with the way they phrased, like, Black Lives Matter, and I gotta go look it up.
Word, but yeah, I'm not saying, like, don't trust Sean King, but he's definitely not somebody I would follow, because I remember that video after the whole Starbucks incident. Like,
yeah.
he went on Twitter and was like, oh, y'all won't let me use y'all bathroom just because I'm a black man. Like, nah, dog. Like, you literally ran in here causing an issue. Like, I wouldn't let you use the bathroom either. Like, you were looking for a fight, dog. Like, you didn't come in here like, oh yeah, like, I'm doing a social experiment. I'm seeing what will happen if if I'm sitting here. Like, what will they say? Are they gonna be racist or whatever? No, you walked in there with a random white dude off the street and was like, y'all see this? Y'all see these white people not letting me use the bathroom while I scream loudly and shove my camera in their face? Oh, y'all don't like that, do ya? Y'all don't like that cameras in your face, do ya? You whites? Like, yeah, nigga, like, what are you expecting? How are you expecting them to react? Like, they're like, get out. Sir, please leave. Please get out. Sir, please leave. They're like, oh, you're not gonna let me use the bathroom now because I'm black? I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm not gonna let you use the bathroom because you're screaming at me. I'm not gonna let you use the bathroom anymore because you're screaming at me now. Oh, okay, it's because I'm black. Oh, okay, man, sure. At that point, that's all I would say. It's like, oh, you're not gonna let me use the bathroom because I'm black. Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna win. So. Fuck it. Fuck it.
I
But
need healing.
yeah, that whole thing. That's another. It's like a whole other issue to talk about. But where are we hurting? Is another question Nicole Arbour asks. Um, there's a lot of places we're hurting as a community. Like not even as a community, like as as humans.
Americans.
Yeah, humans. There's a lot of places we're hurting, and no one is addressing it. Cause I guess because it's a hard thing to discuss. I don't fucking know. Like it's honestly not that hard of a thing to discuss with your fellow humans, but at the
Weird.
same time, not giving anybody an opportunity to be a fellow human is what breeds this type of thing. Like no one is shitting on Nicole Arbour for doing what she did. Well, in a sense, no one is shitting on Nicole
We
Arbour
are.
for
Well,
saying
now
yeah.
it's.
No one is shitting on Nicole Arbour for saying what she said. It's the way she said it. That's the problem.
Mm,
Soldier
And
76
I'm
online.
pretty sure Nicole Arbour understands that that's where we're coming from. We're not coming from the oh yeah, you're white, you're a white woman.
you
Why
have
are
no
you
place
doing
to
such
use it.
things?
Like no
Why are
one
you
cares
doing
about
such
white women.
things? You white? Like no one's saying that at all. We're just saying maybe not do
Nicole
this
Arbour, what
next
the
time.
fuck is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
maybe not
Like,
do this shit next time. Like make better fucking decisions. That's really what
oh, I
everybody's
tried to
saying.
beat you.
Like make better decisions.
Commence attack on objective B.
Lead us to victory.
Sick.
Back in
That's
the fight.
all we really want. But nah. What else is
Retard,
there?
ready to
Oh,
roll.
then she says start there, then we can rebuild. Like I think bringing up the issues that, well, talking about the issues that Childish Gambino talked about in his video,
G'day.
and also discussing what can be fixed from said things in the video is where you should start. And then after we discuss what we can fix in the what we can fix and what he said in the video, then we can start like putting it together as
Yo,
then we can start talking about everybody else's issues. Because I should have added Nicole Arbour. I'll probably edit the title letter. I'll probably edit the fucking title later. Oh, stop. And I'll probably edit the title later to where it has her in it, and then I'll add her. Like, I'll even add her on Twitter because it's gonna pop up on my Twitter feed.
someone
I'm running. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you.
Shields taking damage.
Yeah, I see you up there.
Why did one of our teammates leave? We're doing perfect. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing right now.
With plenty of time. You might rejoin, who knows?
Probably
Yo,
got
where
my
did freaking Bastion go?
Sniper. Watch out.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. I'm not feeling busted. Hold on. What, Mom? What do you want? For what? Sorry about that. Oh mom, goddamn.
Traveling to
Are you still here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. My mom got stuck on music channel. Cause she keep She got stuck on a stupid music choice channel because she keeps touching buttons on her fucking remote and then getting upset that I don't want to help her. Stop touching buttons on it. You wouldn't be here. Oh, well, it slipped and I had to catch it. Alright. Where'd you find where you were? You didn't have to touch nothing, but whatever.
Come here and get stabilized. In range of the objective.
They really cheese. They really sitting up top there and just cheesing. Who came out here? I'm taking damage. Come on. There you are. Aww.
You'll take it in.
They're really sitting at the top. Bitch, you think I'm gonna run up on you, motherfucker?
When I get my super, oh no, when I get my ultimate, I'm gonna go behind him. And charge him. Just gonna keep them closer to the front. Don't go behind them. Don't.
There's somebody in there that's right behind them, and they just shot the Diva.
Group up with me.
Alright, now I'm gonna start working backwards on her list. In retrospect, due to the sensitive nature of the original, I understand why some people are wrongly portraying this as white versus black. Like, we discussed this earlier. The whole thing, like, you knew it was wrong. That's the funniest part to me. You knew it was wrong, but you still decided that this was the time. This is what they're gonna do. Oh my god. Oh my god, they are running up on me. Oh my god. Alright, fuck it, I'm changing. That's what they want.
Helden sterben nicht. 60 seconds remaining. Science will reveal the truth.
I'm doing dumb shit like this. Not even my. It's her fault that the shit is doing what it's doing. Like. But. Should have closed my door. I wanted to heard it.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
My will made our enemies return.
Yeah, come here.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh my god! He ran up on me! Where's the team? What is everybody doing?
Everybody died.
Everybody's on the right side. That's what everybody's doing. She just absorbed that?
Dead yet.
Let me see if I can. I wonder if I can shadow step over or shadow step. Jump and, you know, in the hole. Nope, short can't. She has no hops. Alright, but Moira has no hops. Confirmed. I just tried to do that whole teleport thing to the other side from that corner.
You can't do it. It doesn't work.
He just stuck straight down. Like, yeah. Her saying that she understands why some people are wrongly portraying this as white versus black. I mean, I hate the excuse that, oh yeah, we had a diverse, like, you're trying to cop out by saying we had a diverse team. Oh, we had a very diverse team working on it. Like, that doesn't make it any better. That just means they're part of the issue too.
Like again, the issue wasn't, we weren't talking about, like, we weren't making this white people versus black people. It was a situation of a black man talking about. It was a moment where in America where everybody was looking at a black man telling the history of black people and what we've been through, and then a week later, like while like the discussions about everything was still going on, you just show up and then you just throw, oh, don't forget our white women's problems.
Word.
Women's problems. Don't forget about women's problems. It seemed kind of like a slap in the face. And then when you were talking about earlier, we were talking about her saying her tweets, talking about her tweets were taking
it is not my preference to see to matters personally.
Incorrect way or whatever. It was because the way she was tweeting she wasn't explaining herself like this initially. Someone would say, oh, that music video sucked, and then she said basically, fuck you, you don't have to watch it, and bye, bitch, whatever.
Right.
But if you were trying to spread the message of woman's oppression, then I feel like a better response instead of cussing them out would have been like, hey, this is why I did what I did. Blah blah blah. And like, I'm not saying that to Kanye, oh, I love you, my brother, blah blah blah. I'm just saying, like, you could have just simply said, this is the reason why I did it. Out the gate too. Like this is definitely something you should have just said out.
Regenerating the cellular structure.
And another thing that kills me is that after the end of the video, she posted like like a little like tag at the end of the video. She said, "Now, if it was a guy who wrote this, would you now would you be wondering who wrote this if it were a guy or some shit like that? Some
We
ridiculous shit
must
like
all
that." It's
make
like, no, nobody would be
sacrifices for
wondering if it was a guy who
science.
wrote it. It would be wondering who wrote this trash at this time.
Sniper, don't get caught.
Wait,
I feel
Defense
like that
point.
was a big thing
Objective
people
B.
fail to bring up when talking about when people talk about the video. They always just bring up the whole, well, Nicole said this, this, and this, but like Nicole said this, this, and this, but she never brought up the issue that and then she brought up so many women's issues, like, oh yeah, but if a guy wrote this, would you really be like, oh, who wrote that? If it was a guy, like, yeah, like, nigga, who fucking wrote that? I wasn't really asking who wrote that. I was like, why did they perform this? Like, I don't care who writes it. I care if the song is booty flakes. Like,
which it was.
yeah, I mean, production value was god awful, in my opinion.
It's nice to be appreciated.
Just play some Lucio ball.
Lost 4 fucking straight. Oh, I'll be right back. uh, there's not really a whole bunch more I could say about Nicole Arbour, because what I've said, basically everybody is saying. I think it's more of a in-depth, you know, talking about it that people fail to do, which is what we as constituents of a product, or consumers of a product, I should say, they have the right to speak and say what they want, but the issue is not listening to those people or just taking what they say as vitriol. Like, oh, you didn't like it, so fuck you, bitch. Like, no, that's not what we're saying at all. It's not, oh, we hate it because you made
Well,
it.
I'm not gonna say not everybody, because there are people who just hate it just to hate it. Like, there are those people.
Well, of course, yeah. I'll give you that. There are people who say I hate it just because I hate it just to hate it. But I'm saying, I'm leaving the like extreme, like, oh, I really loved it or I really hated it. I'm talking about the extreme people who like, or like the middle ground people who are like, I either liked it or I didn't. Which most people are on the I didn't like it side.
Where
And I think that
actually, no, not even most people. In this situation, like,
this is a
not to make it
collective,
a race thing,
but
but
black people didn't like it versus white people loved it.
where that's just the truth.
Yeah, but her Like the whole list that she brought up of like what she's bringing to light in the video regarding mothers breastfeeding, commonplace date rape drugging, the labels of prude or hoe, pressures to create a family, workplace harassment, the glass ceiling, drug dependency, effects of social demanding and what the fuck effects of social media on modern relationships and self and included a not and cheerleaders who have come forward demanding a minimum wage from the multi-million dollar company that is the NFL. It was a tongue and she says it's a tongue-in-cheek way to give additional glory to what I believe is the most impactful piece of art in recent years. I guess
Once
like
again, this was
uh,
just it's a matter of timing. You waited. Oh, now you should have waited longer to put that
word.
video out.
Like
I was
you
saying,
made it at a time where people weren't only listening to one problem. You can't when it comes to people. To be honest, when it comes to making an issue or talking about an issue, you can't just bombard people with issues. Like we're talking about black people right now. You can't just jump to black people from black people to well what about the women? Okay, now that we're done talking about the women, what about the trans? Okay, now that we're done talking about the trans, what about everybody? Like
you need to take things like we can't solve everybody's issues at the same time.
word, you gotta slow it the hell down, okay?
Word.
Like Pinky told his driver in Friday, y'all, you taking them motherfucking corners way too goddamn fast. You need to slow the fuck down. That's my favorite line from that movie, and it relates, and I can relate so much now. I'm using that line everywhere now. Listen here, motherfucker. You're taking them motherfucking corners too goddamn fast. You need to slow the fuck down. You understand me? I might just watch that shit later. I don't know. That's not the point. Not the point. Like, I would address every topic, but we did that earlier. But I'm just gonna address the biggest ones, in my opinion. Mother. Well, not that's not the biggest one. The label put on us of prude or hoe, workplace harassment, drug and effects of social media and on modern relationships and self. Um, or actually, I'm gonna put commonplace date rape drugging in there in that list too. I mean, they're all pretty big issues to talk about, but the three that I think should be talked about the most are commonplace date rape drugging, the labels, workplace harassment, and effects of social media on modern relationships and self. Modern relationships, that is the effects of
Everybody's
social,
thing.
yeah, everybody always has something to say about something that ain't theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Word.
can't.
And then the thing, yeah. So
Uh,
if you
so
going.
and when it comes to yourself, if you allow what somebody said on social media to be the bane of your existence, then
No problem.
word, that's your fault. They're like, oh yeah, somebody like if you're posting pictures of your butt, like for example, take Zoe Berger for example. You remember how people used to shit on her for always like shaking for like halfway twerking, like halfway twerking in her streams and wearing her revealing outfits, and then
It
like
got to the point. It got to the point where anything she said, whether it was related to her gaming or her being nude, it always received hate. Like no matter what she tweeted, it was
word
always filled with hate.
word, but now she doesn't care.
Weird.
Which is good, which is great for her. I'm glad she found a black man that would appreciate that. I can appreciate her that taking nude photos of each other and putting them on Twitter. I can appreciate that. Would I
And
fuck
then
her? No, like
she
absolutely
actually,
not. She out
I
here
think she
making
said,
she out here making sick pot pies and shit. Sicken me pot pies.
it's
That's what
not a
she out here
pot. It
making.
wasn't a pot pie. It was
That was
chicken
throw up
soup.
in a dish.
It,
That's what that
basically,
was. That shit had
that's what
peas in it. That shit had like 35 peas at the top. My nigga. Like, with
them
an
shits
apple
was
pie
probably
with an apple
them
pie
shits.
design. Like who puts lettuce as apple like who puts lettuce on chicken pot pie? Who does that? Not the point though. We're totally like digressing. That is not the point. That's not the point at all. But yeah, like she's happy with the way her life turned out. She's she hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube faster.
Yeah, I
Like
think
really,
she
really.
had gone to this. I think some I saw something about her like saying that she had like came out saying she like was depressed or whatever. She was like battling depression or whatever. Like, and she was like getting help, seeking help, whatever, and doing better. So she's doing. I guess she's doing great.
Yeah, she's doing great now.
I
She
don't care.
happy. She got a black man. He must be dicking her down right for her to be posting nude photos of them together. So she gotta be, cause no random white bitch out here posting nude pictures with they niggas. So um, what else was that? The workplace. I don't know. Workplace harassment. Uh, that's huge to both, cause it happens to everybody. Like I understand it happens to women more than it does men, but it's it's like taking it's like taking it's like taking a motherfucking. I'm trying to think of a clean example. It's like taking something. I don't have a good example for that. Like fucking workplace harassment happens to everybody, so I'm not gonna claim that. Oh, that only happens to women. Yes, it happens to women more than men, but I'm not gonna say that it's just women, because that's not fair. And I understand this is her video. This is the women's edit, which we all know. When this video comes, like after like it all settles, someone's coming out with a "This Is America" man's version.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably going to get the same amount of hate that Nicole Arbour's version did.
Well, it
But,
depends on who does it.
yeah, it depends on who does it and how it's done. Because it has to be done very precisely. Like, if he's like, oh yeah, this is America. Niggas is held down. Like, nah. Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Weird.
Like, nah, you don't get to have this. Put it away. The labels put on us of prude and hoe. No one, I'm not saying no one says it, but it's more commonplace for a woman to insult another woman than a man to insult a woman. And I think that needs to be brought up amongst the women, because that's none of my business. If you're a girl and you want to call your friend a whore or a prude because she don't want to go out, or she don't want to, suck a dick or whatever, that's you. I won't say that. I won't call her a hoe unless she's acting like one or admits to me that she is a hoe herself. So
Speaking from personal experience, like growing up around a lot of women and having a lot of like male friends that I've talked to, women talk way more shit about other women, females than dudes. Like, and when dudes do it,
they're just shit
I don't
talking.
know.
We're just shit
No, we're
talking.
just
We're
shit
not
talking.
being serious. Like, we're not like trying to ruin your life or call you like, oh yeah, she's a hoe. Like, or she like shit. Like other girls will admit it, and then niggas will just hear it and be like, oh, okay.
Almost all the times I've heard it from a female, it's always had like a very strong sense of malice attached to it.
We gon' find you. We gon' find you. You can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy,
Is that from?
homeboy. It's that the Shmoyo videos, the fucking
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Antoine
Yeah.
Dodson.
I remember those shits.
I don't know why I thought of it. And commonplace date rape drugging. It happens, but at the same time, there are precautions to make sure that you aren't taken advantage of in said situation. So I do believe. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen to women at all. I'm saying that there is a matter of self. There is a matter of what's the word I'm looking for here? What is it? Like self-preservation. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't figure it out yet. It is a matter of self-preservation at hand. I'm not blaming women for all of their attacks happening to them at all, but at the same time, I'm not going to just put the blame on men.
Death walks among you.
So there's that. But yeah, that's really my whole thing with the video. I think that if she were to just do it at a later time, like gave it time to actually like sit and resonate with people and have people like understand why he made the video, which he said it's open to interpretation. So if people can understand that and not,
He said it was open for interpretation, which she didn't give people a chance to actually fully interpret it before she put her
word.
backstage.
Target eliminated.
You didn't give anybody any time to think about the first issue before you started throwing out yours.
Word.
Well, before you not even know much yours before you start throwing out another one.
Word, absolutely. But I think that's the issue. That's the biggest issue. You don't just do what she did. You definitely have to lead people, like guide, ease people into that. And she didn't do that. She definitely just said, fuck it, this is what you guys are getting from me. Blah, 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 blah. Ha, 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 I'm laughing in your faces because you guys have given me attention. And everybody's like, that's bad. Don't do that.
Weird.
But that's basically my video. No, basically this video talking about, what's her name? Nicole Arbour.
Enemy turret ahead.
I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm not trying to give her so much clout. And don't go watch the video. For your own sake, the video is kind of trash. Not even kind of, it's really trash. It's poorly put together. And she definitely put herself in a position where she's only mad. She can only be mad at herself, in my opinion.
Defense matrix activated.
Yeah, she only ruined this for herself. So if y'all go watch it, that's cool. I would advise not. But if you're watching the video, since this is a stream, I'm about to fucking end the stream, or this YouTube stream at least. Since you watched the video, you obviously cared enough to click on it and view it, and you made it to the end. So, ha ha ha, I have your view now. But thanks for coming through. Like, share, subscribe, all that hot shit. I'm out of this bit.